I thought somebody was playing hide and seek with me in the woods until I realized they never actually blinked. When I was 19, my friends and I decided to go camping in a state forest that we have been to at least a dozen times. We spent the evening fishing, we made dinner over the fire, and then we stayed up for a while just kind of chatting about life and making s'mores. Nothing unusual, we did this every single time, right? We really enjoyed it. Slowly, people would disappear into their tents. I decided that I wasn't tired yet, so I grabbed my flashlight and I decided to go down a trail that we hiked earlier that day. The moon was super bright that night. It was a full moon. I barely needed my flashlight. Anyways, I get about 10 minutes down this trail and it looks like I see somebody standing behind a tree. And it's like I can see just one shoulder and like half of their face peeking out. I assumed it was one of my friends trying to scare me because they probably heard me leaving the campsite and followed me, right? And so I just said, oh my gosh, like so funny. Actually, really not funny. That kind of scared me. Like, let's not do that. And I started to walk closer to them and the person or thing wasn't moving. And as I got closer, I started to notice that it wasn't somebody hiding behind the tree. They were just leaning out enough where I could just see like a peek of them. It was like they were trying to watch me without being seen. I got kind of scared at this moment and I said, hey, like I called out my friend's name, da da da, like you can come out. And then I saw them go back behind the tree and then they fully disappeared. I sat there frozen for a sec and I just kind of waited to see if something was going to happen, which nothing did. So I started to walk closer to the tree and I got there and I looked behind. Nobody was there. There was no like footprints in the dirt. There was no branches broken or anything like that. I got creeped. I didn't know if I was imagining something or not, so I decided to head back up to my camp. After a minute or two of walking, I looked behind my shoulder again because now I'm very like hyper aware of where I'm at, and I see them again. And they are the same distance behind me. One eye peeking out, see the little shoulder, half the face, and I take a step backwards, and as I do, they disappear behind the tree again. At that point, I didn't care who it was. I started walking extremely fast to my camp, like as fast as you could walk without running, and every 20-30 feet, I'd look back behind me again to see if they were there, and there they were, again, same distance, peeking out of another tree, staring at me, half of an eye, and they were never any closer, they were never any further. It was like the same distance every time. I finally reached the edge of our campsite and I looked back one last time and I saw them on the tree line before the clearing, peeking out from the very last tree that they could, watching me. And my friend actually came up and was like, hey, I've been looking for you. What are you looking at? And I pointed towards the tree. So there's somebody that's been watching me like go on this trail. And they looked and he said, I don't see anybody there. And again, the tree line was empty, of course. Whatever it was hid back behind the tree. The next morning, I actually went down to the ranger and I asked him, and he said, what trail were you on? And I said, oh, so-and-so. He was like, oh, okay, yeah, like people hike that trail all the time, but I do get a person like every month or so telling me that they feel like they were being watched on the trail. I asked if he ever found out like who or what it was, and he just kind of looked at me like, no, but they always do describe the same thing. And I'm like, what? And he said, someone peeking.